Hey everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat. And I'm here today with a video from Imagine That Digistamp using the image called Love Bear. And I will put all of the colors that I use on the screen, and so that you know what I'm using. And I'm just putting down my base coat and then going in with my darkest. Now I do use 4 colors on this, and so I've got my base coat, my darkest, then I don't know which one to call it, a middle and a middle and a lightest. I don't know how to explain it, but I was trying to get a better blend, so I decided to use 4 colors that were closer together than the then if I had to try to blend 3 that were a little farther apart to get the darker shade that I wanted. And I did use the E40 family for the entire bear, which is one of the things that I really enjoyed about this project. And that was that, I used the middle E40s or the upper E40s for the bear, and then I used the lower number on the E40s for his tummy, so it's lighter, and then I used the darkest number E40s for his nose, because I didn't want it to be black, but I wanted it to be as dark as it could be. And again, all of those numbers will show up on the screen. And I continued to color the rest of the bear just like I did the head. So I went ahead and skipped on, so you didn't have to, watch me do the same thing over and over and over. And I'm doing this, I really don't know how to explain this. It's not my granddaughter. I don't have a granddaughter. I have a grandson. But when my best friend passed away, I promised her that I would love her grandchildren as if they were my own. And so Ellie's birthday was the other day, and that the kids all know me by Oma, which is what my grandson calls me. So they all call me Oma. So I just kind of consider them my grandkids now, because I promised I would love them just like I love Azrael, and so that's what I'm doing. And so it was Ellie's birthday, and I know that she loves to read. And see, here we go with the E41, 42, and 43 for the light, for the, the tummy, light on the tummy and the little paws. And I really was tickled with how this turned out. And of course, and it's a bear, so I love bear images, which just made me extremely happy. And I'll make sure there's a link in the description box so that you can click right on that image if you're interested. It would make an adorable Valentine's Day card. And if you use the code SHERRY15, SHERRY15, all caps, you get 15% off any order over $5. And she's got some really cute Valentine's images that I am already getting ready to get colored up and use for some projects this month. So be on the lookout for those, because I love them. I love her images. I'm just... I can't tell you the last time I bought a set of stamps now, because I really don't have the place to store them, and I love Christy's images so much that I just don't have any need to order anything else right now. And you can see I'm going over the lightest with an RV10, and that's just to put like a little bit of like a little pink hue, or like a warmer flesh tone like to the bear, to make it look a little softer, in my opinion. That's what I was going for, so we're just going to stay with that. So I'm going to turn this into a bookmark for Ellie as soon as I get it finished colored up. And here's where I add the pink again on the lighter color on the muzzle. And now going back in, I realized I had forgotten to do the back foot. Should have wondered what that thing was hanging in the back there, but I apparently didn't notice it till now. So I go in and I finished it up, get it all colored in, and now's where I go in to do the dark of the nose using 44, 47, and 49. So, I mean, his nose is not black, but it's really, really dark brown. So, you know, I guess if you just looked at it, you'd think it was black, but I wanted it to be similar and use all of the same tones. Now here's where I'm coloring my balloons, and because my balloons are transparent, I color the one in back, and you can see where they overlap there. So I color the pink one because it's in the back first. Then once I get done with the pink one, then I color the purple on top, and I overlap the purple and the pink area right there in that one spot, because Copics are transparent, so whichever color you put on top is kind of going to be the one that's seen the most. So by putting the purple on top, it looks like you're seeing the pink balloon through the purple balloon, like they're layered one on top of the other. I hope that makes sense, because I'm really trying hard to explain that. So I'm using V12, 15, and 17 for my purple balloon. And you'll see, here I go, I'm just layering right over top of the pink, and you'll still be able to, you know, you'll still be able to see the pink. You'll be able to, it just looks like you can see through it. I just really wish I could explain that better. And now I chose not to put a lot of my darker color over that spot, because I still don't want it overwhelmed by the purple. And see, I'm going in with my mid-tone in that area, and then now my lightest over everything, and you can still see, and it takes a second because it has to kind of dry, and once the alcohol dries back, you can see the two colors one on top of the other. And I thought that was really cool. And so I'm just gonna finish coloring it up and cleaning up, you know, where I make my boo-boos, and you know, gotta have them or it isn't a Sherry video, that's for sure. And then I'm just taking the pinks again, the RV 11, 13, and 14, and doing the same colors that I used for the balloon. I'm using that on the little ribbon that's holding them to the bear. And I love bears. I just flipped when I saw this, and I knew I wanted to do it for Valentine's Day, but then when it presented an opportunity to do it for Ellie for her birthday, I was just like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. And so I left about 1/4 of an inch from whatever was the, you know, on the closest side. Like the balloon was farther over than the bear's butt, so there was 1/4 inch on that side. The bear's nose is farther over on the left than the balloon, so there's 1/4 inch on that side. And then I'm using a cat scrappiness die, a stitched scallop die, border die, excuse me, a scallop stitch border die. By golly, I'll get that out, to trim up the bottom of my die and just make it look, or the bottom of my bookmark, to give it a little pizzazz. And now I'm going to take my Clear Star Jelly Roll pen, because, you know, I'm sending it to a little girl, so you can never have enough sparkle and glitter. And the cool thing about these Clear Star Jelly Roll pens is that you can still kind of see. They're not so opaque that you can't see what's underneath, so you still see the darkness of the black. It just adds a bit of sparkle to it. And so I go over, you know, her entire name with that, and then I'm going to get my Spectrum Noir shimmer and shimmer up my balloons, baby. We going to be all kinds of shiny in this bookmark. And now if I were going to leave this like this, I would not put the shimmer on, because I wouldn't, you know, my daughter's like, she loves books, and she would be like, oh, you put glitter inside my book, you know. But you know, I'm going to laminate it, so I knew I could do that and still protect the book. So I'm just running it through my laminator, and this is a 3mm laminating sheet. I really want to get 5mm. I had them before, and I guess I just picked up the wrong pack last time. And so I'm just going to get it down, and I used a 1/2 inch hole punch for the circle at the top of the thing. Now I'm going to get my Big Shot back out here, and I'm going to get my border die again, and I'm going to trim around the ball, or use the border die, line it up so that I get the same edging at the bottom as I have on the paper. and it's really cool because you can see it through the plastic part. I really like that. I think it added a neat detail. So I trimmed down the sides, and now because I used a 1/2 inch for the circle, I go in with a 1/4 inch hole punch so that it's still all sealed. So if it gets wet or something, it's not going to leak in and ruin the bookmark. Then I just get my ribbons out, get ready to put, you know, my things through there so that I have it all prettied up, and I trim up all the edges so that they're all just a little off. I didn't want them all perfectly even. And I apologize, there are no pictures at the end because I was so excited. I just went ahead and sent it to Ellie without thinking to take a picture. But I hope you guys like this, and I hope that if you like this image, you will go and check it out. Remember to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.